This is the F1 podcast with Adam and Luke.
As we talk everything Formula One motor racing.
G'day and welcome to Effing One Podcast. It's Australia's only Formula One podcast. And Belgium GP saw Sebastian Fingerboy Vettel manage not to throw away a win, surprisingly. Lewis Douche Canoe Hamilton got pole in the wet, but it was no match for the dry. Coming in second was Mad Max Verstappen. The back half of the race was a little bit pedestrian, but the start, that's where it all happened. And if there was still questions about the safety halo attached to the cars and complaints about how ugly that bloody thing is, they were all forgotten with Sauber's Leclerc, or general admin to Effing One podcast listeners, right on guys, looking up at Alonso's McLaren car on top of his head. What a sight that was. To tell us more, we need to turn to the man that many in Belgium believe is responsible for mayonnaise being first added to French fries.
You're welcome.
It happened way back.
Is it probably my mother or grandmother again?
It happened when he was eating a hamburger at the local Brussels burger joint, La Pomme Frite, with his fellow hamburger eating friend, actor and French fry connoisseur, Gerard Depardieu. Where he asked for extra mayo, accidentally squeezing his satchel of mayonnaise onto his fries. Not wanting to be wasteful and knowing too well that Gerard Depardieu would eat anything left behind, he bravely ate those fries to the horror of the Belgium locals. The rest is just rumours and hearsay. Lucas?
Adam.
How are you? And how is Gerard Depardieu, by the way? How is he these days?
Still fat and slobbish.
Aren't we all? A wonderful true story, Luke, of you, mayonnaise and French fries. By the way, love the Tony Soprano costume that you've chosen today. Just the fat guy in the white bathrobe eating a panini. Looks fantastic.
That's not a costume.
That's just you. You've just woken up. My mistake.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
It's Italian themed.
I've actually gone to the trouble of dressing in the traditional 1950s Godfather black suit, top hat, Tommy gun by the side. Hey, come to my house. The time I thought it to be weird. As is tradition at F1 podcast, we have to wear the native costume of the featured race. And a bathrobe is a native costume, as is this black suit with a Tommy gun. The next race, of course, being Monza, Italy. This is a 2-in-1 podcast. We're wrapping up Spa and looking at Monza, but let's not get too distracted. Let's look at Spa, Belgium. Lucas, how did you see the race?
Well, we've actually done a little bit of a commentary of the highlights.
Yeah, we did. Here's one we prepared a little bit earlier. Should we have a listen to it?
Let's recap.
Okay. Waiting for lights out, Spa 2018, and we're racing, we're off, and it's a good start by Hamilton, and Sebastian's on the outside. Who's on the middle? We've got Force India. Ocon. No. There's a collision. Oh, it's gone off. Oh, it's Alonso. He's crashed into Leclerc. And who else? There's a Renault out there as well, and they're still racing, and Hamilton is in the lead, but Sebastian right on this tail. We got Force India in the background through a rouge, and they're flying. I love that corner. It's sexy corner.
That's Radion, actually.
Look at that, Luke. Oh, it's Radion. And that's Sebastian Vettel. He's taking the lead. He's taking Hamilton. That's incredible. Oh, 4 wide. Oh, Ocon has a sniff. Had a sniff, but he pulls out. He's gone from first to fourth. And Sebastian clearly in front. Nice start.
Safety car.
Oh, who's that?
That's Kimi Räikkönen.
Kimi already got team orders.
Tough shit for him, really.
Tough shit, buddy. Tough shit, mate.
You re-look at the start and you see Hülkenberg just completely fuck it up by going to the back of Alonso and catapulting him over Leclerc. And then you can also see Bottas go straight into the back of one of the Williams, giving his old team a bit of a touch-up.
This is crazy. Oh, man. Everyone's just half the field's out, Luke. Oh, Ricciardo's in the pits.
He's got a broken rear wing.
The personality, Dan Ricciardo, it looks like it's day for him. Yeah, look, they're just wandering around. Sorry, Dan. Sorry, personality. You're out, big fella. So,
Restart
from the yellows. Oh, and look, Hamilton's right in the back. Sebastian has a sniff on the inside. Looks good. No, he has pulls out.
So I don't know why he tried to dive down the inside. All he's done is he's just ruined it.
Yeah, he's fucked it up for himself.
Now he's not close enough to Sebastian when they go into La Source.
Idiot.
Then they go up the hill.
Typical douche canoe.
Fetch the pail of water.
Yeah.
Nothing there for him because he's left too much of a gap.
Fucking idiot.
As if you don't wait for the longer straight to use DRS or use the toe.
I know.
No.
Verstappen did the old, I'm going the outside. No, I'm going the inside.
He did
Thanks
the
very
old
much.
fakeroo.
The old fakeroo.
It was a bit of a Ricardo move, that one.
Wasn't it?
I'm going to go this. No, I'm not.
He's learning.
And we're on board with Valtteri Bottas, following Brendon Hartley, going on the inside of him into a Rouge. Hartley will have the inside to Radillon, but Bottas keeps it foot flat down to the floor around the outside.
Keep going, sunshine. Do the accent.
Oh, just drive up here and where did he come from? Oh, he's quick.
Oh, the other Finn takes him on the outside.
That was official driver radio.
That's a live feed we're taking here. Oh, Ferrari that's Kimi Räikkönen.
Oh. Can we just tune in on Kimi's radio there?
Oh, Jesus, guys. Oh, it's okay. Where's the vodka? Oh, it's okay. Yeah, we'll be back in there. Oh, Jesus.
Hamilton comes into pits on lap 22, halfway during the Grand Prix. It was riveting footage watching him go down the pit lane.
Yeah, it's good footage. Look at that.
Look, just zoom in nice and close.
Driving out beautifully.
Going around 80 kilometres an hour.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just controlling that nicely.
So one thing my car can do, go 80 kilometres an hour.
Yep.
Comes out of pit lane.
Sebastian says something gay on the radio. I'm coming in. Guys, I'm coming in. He goes, hi guys, I'm coming in.
So Sebastian's trundling down pit lane. We're looking at a wide shot, seeing Verstappen and Hamilton. Verstappen hasn't pitted. Hamilton in third at the moment.
Sneaks out in front of them.
Vettel sneaks
looking
out.
good.
He had a 3-second lead before the round of pit stops. He only had 1.2, 1.3 second lead when he came out. Hamilton gets a nice little toe on Verstappen. Verstappen doesn't fight because he doesn't need to. He needs to pit.
No. And the Dutch
so
is going mental. 23. Dutch is loving it.
There's orange people
They're
flying
very easily entertained, the Dutch. He's not a great deal to do in Holland, except smoke cones and watch Verstappen go around in circles.
Swim in the canals. And we got the Battle of Bugger All. This is the stay-at-home Viking dusting the Doritos off against the Kiwi Kid.
Kiwi Kid. Look at the
Kiwi Kid makes a move.
Look at him go.
The end of that lap 28. Ericsson dives down the inside into La Source.
Oh, jeez, he went it wide there.
And then they go up into Eau Rouge, head to tail. Hartley gets a good toe, pulls open the DRS, pulls out, gets the job done.
Go, the little Kiwi Kid. Go, get him on the inside. Got him? Got him. Well done.
Job done. He's in the points.
Well done. We're going to speak to him
now,
soon as well.
Next lap, Ericsson gets a nice little bit of drag around the outside. Hartley,
Ericsson,
you will not get that place back for the rest of the
Viking.
race. And Ericsson gets a point.
Well done, Ericsson. He's doing well.
Dusted the Doritos off. Elbows out against the Kiwi Kid. Oh, what's that, everyone?
I am getting a point. I am Marcus Ericsson.
Sounds like you're constipated.
IKEA makes really tricky furniture to put together.
And they make excellent penis enlargers.
Very good penis enlarger.
One Swedish-made penis enlarger.
Not great at driving cars, but very good at making your penis look bigger than it actually is.
Maybe that could be in a penis enlarger kit. It's just a magnifying glass. Make your penis look bigger. Lap
Mad
31,
Max.
they pull in Daniel and they go...
Oh, it's Dan.
Nah, we're retiring. No. They put on a new rear wing.
Why do they bother with that little fanny fan over the front brakes if they're just going to call it a day? And the guy wanders up with his little fan?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know the point of that is.
They have to cool it down. If they don't, they can actually...
blow up.
No, they'll fuse.
Nah, fair enough.
Yeah. They even do it in V8s.
Hey, I tell you what, those Force India, race 1, pretty good.
Yeah, first race, not bad.
18 points.
Yeah.
It's a big haul for their first race.
Yeah, not
it's
bad.
Impressive.
Sebastian goes over, wins the rest of the race.
Oh, look at that. Molto bene, bene, grazie. Prego, prego. Hey, parla per tutti. Good for me or good for you?
Hey, thanks, guys.
I don't know what that accent was. And coming in second is Hamilton. Great race there by Hamilton. He certainly qualified really well. Didn't? Look at that. Look at Max celebrating. Mad Max and the Dutchies. Look at them.
First Belgian Grand Prix.
Dutchies.
Finished in a while.
Oh, that was fun. We commentated our first, it was like a highlights package. Well, insightful commentary from you, Luke. I felt like I was more of a passenger. I felt like I was Alonso flying over Leclerc's car.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like, but you were in total control of that commentary. Congratulations.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, so Helter Skelter, crazy race. Hamilton, he qualified very nicely in the wet, as is his thing. He likes the wet. He does pretty well there normally, and he did again. Verstappen, who's apparently a bit of a wet genius, not so genius.
I don't know about that.
But it was Sebastian Vettel that took the honours and took Hamilton on the outside.
Sure did.
Sweet move.
Good move.
Didn't crash.
That's rare.
And sort of just stayed there in front for the rest of the race.
Taking some points off him. Close that gap.
Yeah. And Force India, or Racing One Force India now.
Yep. Racing Point.
Racing
one.
Point, is it?
I don't know.
How good were they?
Yeah, first race.
18 points.
Racking out the points.
Tell us what you thought of the race. Highlights.
Highlights was the first dozen laps.
Oh, brilliant.
Then after that, it was a bit of a snooze fest.
Yeah.
I talked about in the previous podcast, the Porsche 919 hybrid lap record of a 1 minute 41.7. It was broken in Q2 by Kimi Räikkönen. But in Q3, since it rained, they didn't actually get to lower the bar even further. So take that, LMP1 and WEC and Porsche for F1 is still quicker and will always be quicker. Deal with it.
Yeah. And pretty quick, those Force India. Talk us through that first couple of turns when Ocon had a real good look at the inside. There were four wide. The Ferrari of Sebastian, Hamilton, and we had Ocon and Perez all across. And what a perfect opportunity for Ocon.
Yeah.
Did he bottle it, or was he just being smart by thinking, I'm not going to make any mistakes here?
He was being smart. The team needs points since they have no points anymore. As a new entrant, they got all their points removed, so they start from scratch. The drivers get to keep their points, but the team lost all their points to make sure that they get the championship standings money from the TV revenue for next year.
I kind of think that it was a lost opportunity because I don't think Hamilton's going to close the door on Ocon. Ocon's on the inside. Hamilton's got a world championship he wants to win. He sees Ocon, he would have backed off. He would have let him go through. I feel like he could have just taken the lead.
But I think it may have stopped Sebastian going deeper, but Hamilton, because Hamilton was nearly on the racing line, so there's a lot of good grip there. But once you go right on the inside, there's not going to be a lot of people running over that, so it won't be very grippy. It'll be very dirty and dusty. So he probably would have locked up.
Yeah,
would have hit Sebastian, which would have hit Hamilton.
Carnage.
And,
and Max would have ended up winning, and nobody wants to see that. It would have been 4 people taken out in once, and Max.
But it would have been a crazy night in Spa.
It was already crazy
with all the orange in the stands.
Yeah, they're bored. The Dutch, there's not much to there's not much to do in Holland.
What is there to do?
They cross. Well, you know what they do? They cross the border. They go to Belgium, and they wear orange hats.
That's all they do.
That's a day out. That's the highlight of the year. That's a high. Just kidding. Holland's a beautiful place. Great place for doobies. Great place for, I don't know, strippers. I'm not sure.
Well, of course.
It's a given. Now let's talk about that huge crash at the beginning of the race, Luke. What was going on there?
Hulkenberg locked up, went in too deep. He said that he probably misjudged the braking point. Probably. Yeah, I reckon.
Reckon you did, mate.
You've wrecked 3 cars. All because you thought you could brake 20 metres, 50 metres past where you should have. The car on his inside, the Williams, pretty much broke at the same point, but he had no cars directly in front of him. So Bottas, he had a bit of a bingle in the back of his old team's car. And then there was a contact with Ricciardo. So when Alonso was in the air, his front wing hit the rear wing of Daniel, which Daniel probably didn't really notice at the time. And then Raikkonen got kind of checked up by the car that was in front of him. So his exit of the first corner was a bit slow, and Daniel had a good run. Daniel's front wing made contact with him, and Hartley on the inside of Ricciardo, wheel on wheel, made his car go up in the air.
So who hit Dan? Who was that?
Hartley.
Hartley hit Dan.
On the inside, yeah.
And who hit Hartley?
No one hit Hartley.
That was just...
That's just Hartley.
That's just Hartley being Hartley. That's what he does.
Does what he does best.
And Hulkenberg hit Alonso, and Alonso went flying over the top spectacularly of Leclerc's car.
Yeah.
Hit the halo, ripped that thing up, looked like it had been cracked or paint had been ripped off it. Saved his life.
Maybe.
Do we go that far?
I think
Potentially.
it was integral to, if he was turning into a corner or correcting the impact that he had from the back, the car may have hit his hands. There is arguments from multiple sides saying it could have, it may have, it should have, it did.
It kind of looked like that.
Having it there was
Beneficial
safe for him. Yeah, you can't clearly go, yep, that would have happened, because the car did hit the chassis cockpit just before it hit the halo.
It did a pirouette on top of his head.
Yep. So if the halo wasn't there, would the front wing then have come across in front of his face?
We don't know.
You're just not sure, but it was there. He's alive. We're happy, and he gets to race in the next race.
I think if nothing else has put to bed the criticism of the halo.
Well, I hope so.
I think that it's now...
I think it's clearly the ugliest thing on the car.
It is. But it's funny how you stop looking at it.
Oh, yeah. By, the second, third race. Even trackside, you didn't really notice it. It was just hard to tell the driver's helmet. You really had to look for the TV camera colour, like where the TV pod, the yellow is generally the second driver, the black is the main driver of a team. And most of them have clear numbering, but you kind of have to look for it, where before you could just see a helmet and go, that's such and such.
I kind of wish that it didn't look... I kind of wish it was like a Perspex transparent thing that was coming up to the same height level, but just see-through. Yeah. Super strong.
I think IndyCar's running aero screen tests, and I think F1 wanted to go that way, but they wanted to implement something now, and they hadn't done enough research in the other models. And I'm sure F1 will change to an aero screen or a closed cockpit or something like that.
A closed cockpit, totally. So tell us about the championship lead, Luke. What's happening there?
So the sultry douche canoe Hamilton, he is still in the lead.
Sultry.
He's got 17 points on Fingerboy Vettel. Kimi Räikkönen stays in third with his DNF. Valtteri Bottas, he's right behind him, 2 points behind. Then Max has jumped Daniel.
Can I just mention something very quickly?
You can.
Have you seen Valtteri Bottas's hair? Have you seen his head? Look how wide it is.
It was his birthday during the week.
That's no excuse. He's got a fat head.
His head as a child is nearly the exact same head he has now.
Oh.
He's
an adult size head on a kid's body.
Yeah, it's the same face. He hasn't changed at all.
Never smiled.
He's had no work.
No. Never cracked a smile. Didn't play as a child. Would just
you don't play.
Stare and memorized corporate lines that he had to reproduce. Anyway, sorry about that. Keep moving on. I just he's got a big head. Verstappen also got a very big head.
He does.
Yep.
A good solid jaw though. Look at that jaw. Not David Coulthard jaw.
No.
But
like he's got too many teeth in his mouth. He's trying to hold him in.
His mouth is too big for his head.
Yeah.
It's understandable.
Yeah, fair enough.
So yeah, they're the championship. The main ones. Nico Hulkenberg is 3 points ahead of Magnussen. Nico again doesn't score any points, but in terms of the B class championship for those guys, yeah, that's championship points.
Are you writing off Dan Ricciardo's chance of winning the championship this year?
Well, Daniel said if he doesn't win Hungary, he won't win the championship.
It's all over.
So he didn't win Hungary, so he will not win the championship.
But there's still Singapore. Red Bull should be good there.
Singapore.
That's to look forward to.
Definitely.
Okay. Can we take a look at our tipping championship that you and I have an ongoing tally, tipping the winners? I was 4 in front from Hungary. Where am I sitting now?
4 ahead.
Is that right?
Yeah. I thought I'd pulling some big moves on you on the last one. I did a little bit of a stupid move with Toro Rosso, saying that because Hartley's driven Spa before.
Yeah.
I thought, maybe he'll be all right.
You did.
Do all right, bro.
You had some faith in the Kiwi.
But he fucked me over.
Stupid you.
Gasman. So I was actually, because I tipped Max to out-qualify Daniel, which he did.
Yep.
And
That's what I was worried about because I knew that you'd done that and I thought I was going to be in trouble.
And Grosjean out-qualified Magnussen. So that was my little split. So I'd gained 2 on you.
Yep.
And then Alonso out-qualified Van Dorn, so I went Van Dorn, because it's a Belgian Grand Prix.
Yes.
But then Van Dorn out-raced him. Well, he made it past turn 1 and came last in the race. So technically he beats Alonso. Thank you, Hulkenberg. So I got a point, you got a point, so it nullifies itself. Same with Force India. You went Ocon, I went Perez. Ocon got him in qualifying, Perez got him in the race. So
is it too early to call myself the winner?
You remain 4 points ahead.
I can't see you taking the championship lead. 4. It's only 4, but it seems like a mountain for you right now.
It's difficult because you're playing it safe.
I'm playing a mental game, though. I feel like you're not playing it with me. I feel like I'm sort of dominating you mentally with these tipping. I feel like you're second guessing yourself. You're not the normal tipping genius that you would be.
I've never been a tipping genius.
No.
I always look to extremes and go, this should be this, and it doesn't.
You
happen.
overthink it. I think that's what you're doing right now, Luke.
See, you play it safe.
That's what I've got to do. I'm trying to hold my lead.
Yeah.
I can't afford to take
You're
risks.
a beige tipper.
I'm like the Bottas of tipping.
You're the vanilla of tipping.
Exactly.
You're the Finnish tipper.
I am the other Finn tipper. Just rubbish.
Yeah, so you remain 4 points ahead.
Thank you very much.
It was very close to cutting it in half, but my idiocy of going with Hartley.
That hurt.
Stings.
There's still plenty of races, but you
Not for
need
Hartley,
to
no.
not for Hartley, and maybe not for Ocon. Stroll, he may have a few more races left in him. We're going to talk about the driver market soon. Before we do, can we please hand out some awards for Spa?
Certainly can.
What about the first award, which is the highly treasured, highly respected Green Award?
The Green Award for reducing their carbon footprint. And the one man that gets it this week, he had a new engine put in, so he didn't really go through qualifying completely. Then he took out Alonso on the entry into turn 1, saving himself some fuel. Also saving the fuel of Leclerc,
Dan,
and Alonso. He's a forward thinker.
Raikkonen. They all got caught up in it.
Yep. Raikkonen really wasn't his fault, but, it was there. And it was Nico Hulkenberg. The talented Nico, which I still stand by that. He could do that every week and I'd still call him the talented Nico.
Yeah.
And so he gets the Green Award for not only preserving his own fuel, but preserving the fuel of other teams.
Very considerate.
Yeah. The planet thanks you.
Very rare for him to make a mistake as well. Just point that out as well. Very rarely. But congratulations. His very first award.
Yeah.
The first Green Award for Hulk.
Well done.
Well done to you, sir. Now, let's get an award for the biggest waste of time, Luke. Who wasted your time in Spa? The UGE Day Award.
Well, it was a tough choice. It was between 2 drivers for me. It was either Nico.
Yeah.
And then I thought, Van Dorn. He qualified dead last. He finished last at his home Grand Prix.
Yeah.
He's really struggling at the moment. I don't understand why.
At least Hulkenberg made the race interesting.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it to Van Dorn.
Great choice. I concur. Because without that first lap crash, it's a kind of boring race.
Yep.
Hulkenberg, maybe the F1 making F1 great again award?
Could be. You'll find out soon.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's get into the next award, which is, we're straight into it, making F1 great award. Who made the race spectacular?
The F1 podcast award. You would think it might be Hulkenberg. Could it be Bottas? Could it be Ricciardo for causing accidents? No. I'm going to give it to the 2 losers. Hartley and Ericsson for their ding-dong battle over 2 laps, overtaking, undertaking. That was the highlight of the race. That made the race. Everything else was dull as fuck.
Yeah. No, it was.
But Brendon and the stay-at-home Viking.
You said it beautifully. Yeah.
The battle for bugger all. Ericsson ended up getting a point.
Yeah.
Brendon, I think he's still going around the track right now.
That's got to be the most amount of TV coverage those 2 guys have had all season.
Yeah. And it was a good battle. Good, clean. They didn't make it easy for each other. It was fun.
We actually cared. That's the first time we actually cared about Ericsson or Hartley in a race.
It made me sit up.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they're having a battle.
Hey, you went, Adam, wake up. Wake up. And I went, what? And you went, hey, look, there's something happening. There's racing.
Yeah.
It was refreshing.
Yeah. And then we went back to sleep.
Then we went back to sleep. Yeah, straight after, 2 minutes later.
Then I heard the German national anthem. I wake up again.
Yeah, we went straight to bed. We turned it off when we heard that.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the Pastor Maldonado Award for dangerous driving.
Wow.
Take your pick, Luke.
Wow.
Take
There
your
was
pick.
Ricardo having a bit of a tap and bump.
Oh, that wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything.
He drove into the back of Raikkonen.
No, but didn't someone take his wing out first?
No, that wing, that was because he hit Raikkonen's rear wheel.
Didn't he get a shunt?
He got a
from
shunt from
someone?
the side.
That put him in the back of someone else?
No, that was from the side. That got him airborne. So that was wheel on wheel that made it go up.
I can't put blame on Dan. We love Dan too much.
You can't, but I can.
Oh.
But he doesn't win it. Bottas, he went into turn one, locking them both up, hit the back of the Williams. Not good enough, mate. If you're going to do it, you need to take out a few other cars. And so that one man, Nico Hulkenberg, wins the Pastor Maldonado Award for the Belgian Grand Prix 2018. Well done, Hulk. Going from 0 awards to 2.
2 in one race.
You don't go away empty-handed. You think, oh, I'll win away empty-handed from that weekend. No.
Hulk. You've scored, not only have you scored Dan as your teammate, that's a big score. You've
Yep.
also scored 2 awards in the one race.
2 awards.
Brilliant.
Congratulations.
And the last of the awards that we're handing out today, the Effing One podcast, is the Lick It and Send It Award for Best Overtaking Manoeuvre.
Now, in my eyes, Lewis Hamilton had a fantastic opportunity to overtake for the lead on the restart. For some reason, he tried to do it on the second last corner before the restart. Dude, you have a massive straight after Radion.
Too adventurous? Getting too close?
Soon. You need to pick your moment. You know that you can get a great drag up that straight and overtake him. You don't need DRS because the straight's so big. I think for this race in the future, get rid of the DRS for this race.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
No.
You get a long enough toe, you're right there. You don't need DRS. It makes it too easy. I think the race is just flick it off. Don't worry about it. So it's not for him.
It's not him.
Because he didn't make the move.
He did like a Max
He
Verstappen.
came second.
Yeah, he did bugger all.
He's been learning from Bottas how not to make an overtaking manoeuvre.
Exactly.
I'm going to give it to Verstappen for his little move on his F3 former rival, Esteban Ocon. He did a little bit of a Daniel move, went one way, went the other, stuck it under. And that's a lick it and send it move. So you get it.
Nice. Yep. He's learnt some tricks from Dan.
Yep.
Overtaking. Biding
Better
his
learn it
time.
now before Daniel disappears.
Yeah. Because Dan's going to wipe the floor with him next year. Absolutely. Our fastest lap of the race.
Fastest lap was Valtteri Bottas. Driver of the day was Sebastian Vettel, according to Formula1.com voters. And the fastest pit stop also went to Sebastian Vettel with a 2.29 pit stop.
We got a Skype call. Sebastian, it's time. It's time. Have we teed him up? Do we know where he is?
No, we don't.
We don't know where he is.
I think he's obviously in Italy somewhere.
He's got to be in Italy somewhere.
So let's have a chat.
We should call him up. All right, let's Skype it. Let's hit the button.
Hey! Hey, guys! Hey, look, can you see me?
Hi, Sebastian. How's it going?
Ah, great. Hi, Jesus. I'm just at the cafe having some coffees and stuff. By the way, love. I just got to say, guys, your effing podcast.
Oh, you know the name.
I love it. What's it called again? I don't care. Whatever. Sure, whatever. Hey, by the way, Sebi's back, baby.
Yeah.
Sebi's back!
Congratulations on your win.
Oh, jeez, I tell you what. I just, I didn't want to say that. I mean, I wouldn't say this to any other media outlets. You guys are the only guys I'm going to tell this little secret, okay? I've chatted to numerous TV shows, numerous podcasters, but I know how no one listens to your podcast, so I feel I'm safe. I can tell you guys a little secret that about the driver championships.
Very accurate.
Yeah, because I know it's just your mother, and it's the lady that does my arse and bleaching, Helga.
She listens. Oh,
She's got
good.
big hands, big
does.
fists. She's very cold. She needs to warm up the fingers before she arse and bleachings me, but that's fine. So, I feel confident no one's going to hear what I'm going to say. Are you ready?
Yes.
If I can keep my Ferrari on the track. I'm gonna win the 2018 F1 Driver Championship. I feel confident in saying this, okay? I'm gonna win it.
That's the breaking news.
I've got the best car on the
I was
grid.
expecting something a
No.
bit better.
No.
So, Sebastian, I just noticed last night that you crashed your car
Yeah, sure.
in Milan.
Hey, take it easy. Do you know why? You're just assuming
I
that
don't
it's...
know why.
Okay, well, let me tell you. Because you're assuming that I made some mistakes, yeah?
Yeah, I
Well,
saw
don't
the
be so
video.
crazy.
I saw the video. It was all you in the car.
No,
And you
look.
managed to hit the wall.
Look, Eva, you don't understand something. Before I jumped in the car, did you see Raikkonen? He was hanging around the cockpit.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he put his fucking steering wheel on my car.
So you have a crash and now you're blaming it
Yeah, that's right.
on someone else?
Well, see, I was going to downshift, but when I hit the pedal, vodka came out of the car, and then the ice cubes. I'm like, this is supposed to be the changing of the gears. This is why he's not driving very well. He's just drunk all the time. So anyway, wrong steering wheel. It's not my fault. So go fuck yourself.
Well, that was... thanks, Sebastian. Thanks for your time.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. It just
He kicked up a bit of a stink there, didn't he?
Didn't like that much. Kind of feel like
I
he's...
like to poke him when he makes a mistake.
He does like to be poked by you.
Yeah.
He really does. You know how to hit his
Everybody
buttons.
loves a poking sometimes.
You push his buttons, Luke. You really do. But it's so nice that he's got time for us.
He does.
Effing One Pod. Just a little podcast, a little local Aussie podcast.
I don't know if it's exclusive. That was
That was pretty exclusive.
pretty lame. I was expecting it was going to be something.
Yeah, he built it up.
Yeah.
He really built it up.
Like he was going to leave Ferrari for Sauber or
And it
go
seemed
to
like,
Williams or something.
yeah, some big news. But it seemed like it was an underhanded slap in the face, mentioning that it's just your mum and his ass bleacher
Yeah.
that listen to this
Helga.
podcast. Helga, was it?
Yep.
We've got more listeners than that, haven't we? Your mum and Helga.
3 more.
Don't answer that question. Don't answer that. Okay, well, that was nice to catch up with Sebastian. Always nice to catch up,
Yeah.
and great little scoop. We call it a scoop there?
I won't call it a scoop.
Probably not.
More of a poop scoop.
Yeah.
Shoveling shit.
Hey, speaking of shoveling shit, do you have any more...
What a great segue.
You're good. You're good. Any more driver market news?
No news on people. There's speculations. They're saying that Red Bull should maybe sign Stoffel Van Dorn.
Get out. Who's saying that?
People.
Fernando? Is he shooting his mouth off again?
No.
Because he's just shooting his mouth off really little.
We know Van Dorn's good. We do know it. And clearly there's something going on with McLaren. We don't know why.
Yeah.
McLaren used to win championships and races, and it hasn't done anything since. Like Ron Dennis won championships. Now,
He's a better driver
they
than what
wouldn't
he's
even
shown.
win a meat tray.
No.
So they've got some good driver talent. I still think Van Dorn's a very good driver. He's just up against one of the greatest F1 driver that's ever lived in Fernando Alonso.
And I think he's got a problem. He's now openly criticising McLaren.
Yeah, he's saying...
He's not going to be there next year.
No,
We know that.
You know, people were judging, Norris was quicker than you in free practice 1. And Stoffel's like, well, I had problems with my car. I did like 13 laps compared to double the distance that Norris did. So I think...
Are you locking him in? Are you locking in Norris?
No, I reckon Norris should go to Toro Rosso in replace for James Key, the technical director of Toro Rosso, to go to McLaren to try and help them out of their massive hole that they have. But McLaren is... I mean, if they don't get sponsorships, if they don't start improving, they're going to go bust.
They're going to go with the Williams route.
And that's again, Williams.
It's-
Two great British
It's sad how good they were just
constructors
10 years ago.
struggling.
It's really weird. I actually think that Ocon may end up at McLaren. What do you think about that idea? Because he's booted out. He's the unlucky one in the new takeover of Force India with Team Stroll. Stroll jumps in that seat. We're thinking pretty soon in the next couple of races.
Yeah.
Perez is going to stay there because he also brings some cash.
Yeah.
So, and Ocon has to stay in Formula One. He's such a good driver. Maybe he goes to McLaren.
Maybe. That's an
Van
option.
Dorn, I can't see Van Dorn driving for McLaren. Maybe Williams? Could he go to Williams?
Maybe. I think they want to keep Ocon in a Mercedes back team because he's a Mercedes junior driver. But he's going to be left out in the cold unless he goes to Williams. But Williams want money, and they could be looking at Artem Markelov for next year's drive.
Another Russian.
Yep. Yeah, maybe
a Rusky team.
Maybe it'll just have like Russian logos all over the Williams. They'll have enough money.
Yep.
But the drivers may not be too good. Markelov's good. He's won races. Same with Sorokin, and they've won races in GP2 or Formula 2. They're race winners, but yeah.
Yeah, sponsored by Rent a Spy.
Smirnoff.
Smirnoff
just
and
a
Rent a
giant
Spy.
face of Vladimir Putin
Just
at the
the
side
poot.
of the car.
The Pootmeister.
Just like pointing a finger.
Yeah. It wasn't me, yeah. Das is not me.
I didn't touch your election.
No. Or maybe it's like rig an election today. It was like, would you like to win an election? Call me now.
Since
Hello, I am Vladimir Putin. Would you like to win election, please?
sit in F1 car.
Would you like sit in car? Who would you like killed?
Do you want vodka or prostitutes? You get them both. Sit in the car.
I can see Williams taking that offer up.
I would.
Good cash. Good cash. So, Kimi Räikkönen, has he been locked in officially?
Well, according to the At Home with Kimi segment last week, he did get a contract delivered.
That's true.
With Ferrari stickers.
But he may have been drunk when he spoke to us.
May have been when we had a look in.
Yeah. But I like to take him on his word. I think Kimi's locked in for Ferrari.
He's an honest man. And for the last few races, Leclerc's had some bad luck.
Yep. We're expecting him to stay at Alfa Romeo Sauber.
Yes.
Yep. Haas, expecting that to look the same? Or is Roman gone?
I reckon Roman will be going on and on somewhere else.
Yep.
Don't know where.
Centrelink with Brendon Hartley looking for a job.
Oh, I need a job.
And now it's time for Finding a Job for Brendon. Hello, sir, and how can I help you here at Centrelink? What's your name?
My name's Brendon.
Brendon. Hello, Brendon. Last name?
Hartley.
Hartley. And you're looking for a job today, are you, Brendon?
Yeah, I think I'm going to be out of a job, so I'll need a new one.
Okay, and what do you currently do for a job?
Right now, I'm a Formula 1 driver.
A Formula 1 driver?
Yeah.
You drive cars?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Are you any good?
Oh, I think I'm doing all right. Yeah.
Okay, well, why don't let's have a look at the board over here. Take a pic, have a look at the board, see if there's anything you like.
There's one there that says Sauber, F1 driver. Maybe I could...
Oh, you'd like to be a Formula 1 driver?
I'd like to stay in it. That'd be nice. It's kind of...
Okay, well, let's just check the record, shall we? See if there's a seat available. Oh, dear. There's no seats available for a pretty crappy Kiwi driver. Sorry.
You sure?
Yep, no, checked it all.
They've got a pretty crappy Swedish driver in there.
Yep, that's true, but he's not quite as crappy as you are.
I understand.
Maybe we do something more that's suited to your skill sets, like...
I could drive a hearse.
Yes.
That's nice and slow.
Yeah, you're good at driving slow. That would be good, but you do crash a lot. That's not great for the family when they see that, the dead body flying everywhere in the back of the hearse. It can put people off.
Fair enough.
What about taxi driver, Uber driver? Can you drive?
I could drive Uber, then I could control my hours. Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah, okay. Let me just check. Oh, actually, we're full there as well. Oh, dear. Why don't we, how about a janitor?
What's a janitor?
You're cleaning up other people's poo and mess. That seems like something you might be good at.
Yeah, I'm
making a mess and cleaning it up.
I would like to sort of stick more with driving of some sort, if that's...
No. Doesn't seem
possible?
To be... It's not, I'm sorry.
Nothing on the board?
No. I'll just book you in for a janitor tomorrow, yeah, janitor? I tell you what, though, it is at the Formula 1 Grand Prix in Monza.
Oh.
It's just cleaning the... those mobile toilets.
Oh, the portaloos.
The portaloos, yeah. You take the vacuum, you suck up the poo, and you put it in the back of the truck. I'll write you down for that one, shall I?
So, yeah, as long as it's at the Grand Prix, yeah.
Yep, you're at the Grand Prix.
Right.
You can watch most of the action from the portaloo. Thanks, Brendon. Have a lovely day. Enjoy your new occupation.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Hey, it's not a job, it's a career. Okay, let's move on. We could talk about that all day. I could, but we shouldn't.
We should.
Let's talk about Monza.
I'm going to have so much
Time to talk. It's all staying in, Luke.
Nah.
It's all staying in. Leave it in, Luke.
Nah.
It's so much easier. No one cares. No one's listening anyway. Leave your tissue in. It's fine. You're not going to edit every time we say tissue, are you?
Pretty much.
It's time to preview Monza.
Hooray!
And we are looking fantastic in our Italian-themed Monza outfit. Tony Soprano outfit.
Yeah.
With your white T-shirt and your panini. Oh, is it a dressing gown? It's a white dressing gown.
It's a sheet.
It's a sheet.
I'm very good at origami, so I've moved the sheet into a Soprano-esque.
Yeah. You could have gone to more trouble. You could have at least made it look
I was either going to do that or dress up as a pizza. Yeah.
Yeah. Tasty, though.
Oh, yeah.
And me in my, Godfather outfit. The full outfit with a Tommy gun. It's all here. It's all here. So let's talk about this track, Monza. Who does it suit? It's a fast track.
It suits teams with fast engines.
Big engines. The Ferrari would be pretty... Wouldn't that be big if they could go 1-2 in Ferrari?
Ferrari should get this 1-2. I don't think Mercedes has the grunt for them here. Long straights, little dinky chicanes, a couple of fast corners in 6, 7, and 11 parabolic at the last corner. I can't see them beating Ferrari this year unless something happens down in turn 1. Maybe a Nico Hülkenberg or a Valtteri Bottas or someone goes completely mental.
Yep.
Romain Grosjean takes out a bunch of the field. But if you take out a Ferrari
watch
in
out.
Italy, you
Gutsy.
will
That'll be gutsy.
not survive. Red Bull's bringing a new engine. Red Bull's bringing the Renault Spec C engine. And according to reports that I've read, that it's not the same geometry as the previous engine. So
Different
they've changed
size.
something around, whether it's cooling or something that they've done. So you kind of have to reconfigure the design of the car and how it's packaged in. And Red Bull said they've gone into a lot of money and time into accommodating this new engine. Renault's not running it. McLaren's not running it. But Red Bull is going to run it in Ricciardo's car for Friday. And if it works, they'll put it in Max's on Saturday.
Using Dan as the test tube, the rat,
Well,
the lab rat.
They knew that he was going to be taking an engine penalty this weekend. They thought if it's not the Spec C, if the Spec C doesn't work or it's too unreliable, Renault's saying it is unreliable.
They're saying it is unreliable?
Yeah.
Let's give it to Dan then.
It's giving it... They reckon it's going to be 3/10.
3/10 faster?
Yep.
Well, that's impressive.
So there's a significant jump, but with a significant jump, you're going to have
Explosions.
possible mechanical failure. If it manages okay, then it'll be fine. But Daniel will be taking engine penalties regardless. If it's the Spec C and it doesn't work, then he'll go to the Spec B and just run that. But he'll need a new engine for this weekend.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
he was running, I believe, the Spec 1 Monaco one that he'd been running the last couple of races.
Yeah, and Red Bull's not expecting too much from Monza, so not much of a...
Oh yeah, look what Daniel took a lot
risk.
of engine penalties here last year and went from back of the grid to 4th.
And that's the thing, when you're in the third fastest car, you can still go from the back of the grid and get the top 6.
Yeah.
Still very possible.
Yeah. So it's not all doom and gloom for Daniel. He'll have plenty of overtaking to do, get his elbows out and make some moves, and hopefully this Spec C engine will be the bee's knees of everything that they're talking about at Renault.
Yeah.
And it will give us a bit of an insight as to what Daniel's going to be driving next year.
Yeah, maybe...
How good is their progress?
Yep. Dan sees something that he likes.
Yep. And it could be the Mercedes bloke that they hired from the drivetrain, the powertrain.
Yep.
Maybe that he's gone, put this there. And they go, okay, we'll give that a try, see how it goes.
Are you expecting Renault to be as fast as Red Bull next year as a full package?
Renault is saying that they're predicting
be-
that they'll be matching Ferrari and Mercedes. It's big.
As an engine or as a complete package?
As a complete package.
That's putting a lot of pressure on themselves. That kind of sounds like a McLaren thing to say.
Where does it remind me of?
Overshooting somewhat.
A team that just goes, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to win.
Yeah, McLaren.
They're not saying that they're going to win, but they're saying that by mid-season next year, they are predicting that their engine will be on par.
You're getting me slightly excited, and it's not just the tissue sitting out of your nose. Don't edit this part. Leave that bit in.
Fuck you.
That is exciting news. Renault, if Renault was up there with Mercedes and Ferrari, that's something special. Nothing better than having another constructor up there.
It's good, you've got Mercedes and Ferrari actually doing something this year. They're actually fighting, and Mercedes is actually making mistakes where previously they could make a mistake, and it wouldn't matter because
it's all over.
They're a year and a half down the road.
Thank God we had Rosberg, who had put some kind of fight up to Hamilton. Imagine if it was Bottas and Hamilton, when they're clearly in the strongest car. It's all over by Adelaide. Bring Adelaide back.
Just for that.
What a track. That was a straight circuit. Anyway.
Just for that reference. Let's bring Adelaide back.
So we've got any more F1 news, Lucas? Anything else you want to get off your chest?
No. Not at all.
Fair enough. Predictions?
Let's do
predictions for this race.
Who are you predicting?
Who are you predicting? You go first.
I haven't written anything down.
Okay, well, you're just going to wait for me to say something and then you're going to go the opposite, aren't you?
No.
Just to peg back my leading
I've got to go something different at some point.
All right.
So I won't close this gap.
That's true. Well, being in the lead with 4 points, you do deserve to sit back and just listen to and you can then change it. So let's go Hamilton. You can do with that what you will, sir, if you wish to. You're going Hamilton, aren't you?
No.
Oh, he's going Bottas.
Bottas for both.
Jeez. That's gutsy. I'll go Vettel for both. That's a given.
I'll go Vettel, Raikkonen.
Oh, controversial.
Yeah.
Controversial.
Team orders all
Team orders. He's going to ruin it. I'm going to go Verstappen because of the grid penalty.
I'm going to go Max and Ricciardo.
Ricciardo to finish in front?
Yep.
All right on. You're expecting some technical troubles for Verstappen. Dan's car's going to blow up. Like we said before, there's no way Red Bull's going to let Dan finish in front of Verstappen for the rest of the year.
That's your prediction.
That's my prediction. I'm all going to just tip Verstappen the whole way from now on.
Ooh. Traitor.
You traitor.
Renault.
Let's go Hulkenberg.
Lock him up, Hulkenberg.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Me too.
Yep.
Haas.
I'm going to say Kevin Magnussen. He's on fire, Kevin.
Yeah.
He's right on the tail of Hulkenberg.
I will agree with you on both.
He's looking good. Roman's got to go.
We're going to go McLaren.
I'm going to say Alonso. Poor old Stoffel. Poor old Stoff. He's better than that.
Double Alonso for me. Force India or Racing Force or Racing Point or what's the point of racing?
The point of racing, the brand new team.
Yep.
That's a weird thing. They've got to start again. That's some sort of technical issue there for some reason. I'm going to go for Ocon there.
Ocon?
To beat Perez.
I'm going to go Ocon and Perez.
Mm-hmm.
Just to spice things up. Williams.
Sergey. Can't see Stroll doing anything until he gets to Force India. When's he going to go to Force India? Next race?
I don't know. I thought it'd be this race.
Well, not this one. Maybe. What's after that? Singapore.
Yeah, I think so.
It might be there, Singapore.
Sauber.
Let's go. Ooh, tricky. Why don't we go for Leclerc?
That was tricky, apparently.
Very tricky. Marcus Ericsson. He's not great.
He did score a point.
He's all right. He's not that bad.
And Toro Rosso.
Carlos.
Toro Rosso.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gasly.
I thought so. I put 2 G's down for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going Gasman. I know that. I will also go Gasman. That is our prediction.
That's good.
I have a few things different.
How many difference? There's a few there. Handful? Enough to peg back the lead?
I think so.
All right.
enough to take the lead
Oh, good.
if everything goes to plan.
It's time now for effing what? What do you got for us this week in the effing what? You're always bringing a little pearl, a little gem.
A little pearl.
What do you got for us?
Pearl of wisdom. So
Just
I
on
was
the top of your head.
thinking about ways how mechanics go from one time zone to the other. So this is a bit of a trick of the trade, and some friends actually use it as well. So when you're going from one time zone to another, say you're going from China to Europe, or you're going from Europe to the States, there's going to be significant time delays, and these mechanics work a lot. Like they work long hours. They'll take 24, 28 hours from race day when they get there to packing up the trucks and moving it on. So they've gone from Belgium after the race, they chuck on their high-vis stuff, they unpack the garage, they disassemble the cars, and they pack them up into the trucks. All the hospitality units, everything gets packed into those trucks, and then they take them away and drive them to the next race in Italy.
Because you don't think about all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah. So these mechanics, and you look back in the days of the 2000s and the late 90s where Ferrari were throwing so much money, they'd have a screamer engine for qualifying, and then the mechanics would be pulling them apart to put the race engine in.
Oh, wow.
Overnight. And then then they'd have a warm-up Sunday morning to make sure everything's all systems go and ready to go.
That's before the days of allocated number of engines you could
Allocated number of engines. Also, now they've got curfews, so
Yep.
teams can't be at the track working on a car past a certain time. I think they maybe can break curfew once or twice, but and then they'll get penalised or fined or something.
Yep.
Because they want the mechanics to have a decent sleep. Because you would see so many times you'd go to the Ferrari garage in the middle of a race and you'd see all of them asleep.
Yeah. Well,
Because
they are Italian.
they've been up till 3 o'clock in the morning, and they've just been on the carbs during the day.
Yeah. And the Italian work ethic, it's
Poor.
it's not great. A lot of sleeping, a lot of eating, a lot of drinking.
Yeah. Well, they're living a good life.
Yeah, watching the girls go past.
Yeah. And so now what they do, so when I was talking about going from time zone to time zone, when it's a significant gap and, you've got tight turnarounds, you'll be in Melbourne 1 week, then you're in Bahrain the next week, and then you could be in China 2 weeks later. There's various time zones, and they could go back to Europe in between Bahrain and China. So they need to acclimatise themselves to the local time zone. So what they'll use is melatonin or melatonin.
Melanin?
No, melanin's in your skin.
Yep, not that one.
Melatonin.
And what does that do?
So melatonin is what's released in your head, in your brain, when you want to sleep.
Okay.
So when the sun goes down, you'll start to get melatonin released into your brain, and then it puts you to sleep. So mechanics will take melatonin to help themselves sleep. So it releases that chemical that goes, you need to sleep now, and then they'll go to sleep because then they won't get jet lagged. They're not useless at their day job.
Right.
So that's, so if you're going from time zone to time zone, you're having trouble sleeping, or even if you're having trouble sleeping anyway, you can use melatonin and that will help you sleep.
Well, that's good. That's effing one.
Effing what?
Effing what? Should we
Quit.
Should we go? Should we look at Kimi?
We need to check out and see what Kimi's up to.
Yeah, we do need to see what Kimi's up to because he is a crazy Finnish larrikin, and people want to know what he's up to in Finland right now.
Well, he's not in Finland.
He's not, is he?
He's not in Reykjavik.
Where is he?
In Iceland.
Oh, he's at that cafe
He is in
at Monza.
He's in Milan.
He's in Milan.
Yep.
At the cafe.
Let's
see what's happening
cut in and see what
right now.
Kimi's up. So this is
At Home with Kimi. This podcast is going so well tonight, Luke.
It's really
good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
I
think your mum's going to love it.
Oh,
Our number
she
one
will.
listener, your mum, and
if you
Heidi.
if you want to go to sleep, don't try melatonin. Just listen to
This
us.
podcast is very much like the second half of the Spa race.
You can just switch off, wait for the national anthem at the end.
Yeah, okay, well, let's go straight to Monza because let's find out what Kimi Raikkonen's doing. and hit that switch, big fella.
Mwah. Okay, this is a nice cafe. I love Milan. Milan. It's a place I like to be for tasty coffee and watching TV. Hey, you, Gaston. Gaston? Is that what you say in Italy? I don't even know. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Can you talk? Hey, Italian guy.
I don't speak English.
Shut up. Do you know who I am? I'm famous. Recognize my face?
Are you Valtteri Bottas?
No. Jesus Christ. Has Valtteri Bottas won a world championship? Has he?
No.
Look at me.
No.
Look at me.
No.
Jesus Christ. Give me a vodka. Have you seen Sebastian? Do you know this? You know the guy, Sebastian Vettel? Yeah. I'm his teammate, asshole. Don't you love me.
Sorry.
No, don't love me. Go get my vodka and go get Sebastian. I'm waiting right here. I tell Sebastian, meet me at 10 o'clock in the morning. Okay? Jesus Christ. What's wrong with Italian people? Come on. Oh, come on, Sebastian. Let me just check my phone. Okay. My last text message to Sebastian Vettel, it says, "Hey, dickhead." Yeah, it's me, Team Order. Meet me here. Coffee, your share. You owe me. You at least owe me lunch and a panini. Okay. Oh, yeah, here he comes. Hi. Hey, what's going on, Kimi?
Hi, I'm Sebastian Vettel.
Yeah, fucking know you're my teammate, you dickhead.
What? Hey, why are you so angry? Jesus Christ. I'm going to buy you some lunch. Least you can do is fucking let me win the world championship. Hey, Gaston. Hey, Italian guy. Come over here, please. Hey, guy, you. Do you speak Italian? What's going on? Hey, you.
Sì, italiano.
Did you get this fucker a bloody vodka or what?
No.
Oh, Jesus. You look mighty fine in those pants, though. Get out of here. Okay, see ya. Ha 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 ha. And that was... with Kimi. I don't know what happened there. They were at a cafe.
They just at a cafe and
nothing happened. It was ridiculous. That's Kimi Räikkönen. He's a lunatic. I tell you what, though. It's my favourite segment. It's got to be our favourite segment. Just that little window, that portal into Kimi Räikkönen's world in Milan at the cafe.
We're going to lose the connection to that portal soon.
You
I
know
didn't know a podcast could get cancelled.
I didn't think you could cancel your own podcast, but apparently you can. I think your mum's just disconnected. I think she's actually...
Mum's giving us the wind up.
She's defriended us.
She's like, wrap it up, boys. Far
Good
out.
times. Good times. Okay, well, should we just wrap this up then?
Oh,
Let's do it.
Jesus.
You look good in that soprano bathrobe, though,
that?
Luke. You really do. Hey, thanks very much, Luke. Can't wait for Monza.
Thanks, Adam.
And there may or may not be a podcast after this. There may be a wrap-up of Monza coming up in a couple of days. It's going to be a huge race. It's going to be massive. Who are you expecting to win, Luke?
Formula One.
Yes. If nothing else, Liberty Media will win.
Formula One will win this race.
I think so.
It'll be a humdinger.
Yeah.
Could be rain.
Well, fingers crossed.
Won't help Red Bull.
No, nothing's going to help Red Bull. Not when Dan's left. They're going to be in so much trouble. Why am I laughing?
That'd be so boring.
Why am I smiling so much? I can't wait for Dan to leave Red Bull. I just hope that Renault's just going to...
tune?
Haven't I?
Yeah.
I'm
like the Pied Piper. I will lead you away from Red Bull.
I'm going to buy a matching hat of yours. We're going to wear Renault hats.
If I can get Renault pants, like bright yellow pants, and just wear them.
Yeah. Just walk around like Ali G. You kind of are the Ali. You're kind of the Aussie Ali G. You very much are.
I choose to take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you street talk. You're very cool. You're very hip.
No.
You're very now. Like you're like a boarding Ali G. A boarding, slightly chubby Ali G.
It's the nicest thing anyone's ever said.
I'm so sorry. This podcast has gone pear-shaped in a very big way. Okay, get hold of us for comments at FE1 Podcast. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We probably assume what you don't like in this podcast. The last hour and a half. Join us next as we wrap up the the Monza Grand Prix. It's going to be fantastic. Luke, it's been wonderful. What
It's
a
been
podcast.
something.
This has been my favourite podcast so
Has
far.
it?
Yep. I'll see you after Monza.
You will.
Bye.
Bye.